grosse Träume brauchen ein bisschen Support.
Es braucht gute Serviceleute, Vorbilder und einen Fanclub. Aber es braucht auch kein Rezept. Und Tüpfelscheisser, um die entscheidenden Hundertstel rauszufahren. Manchmal braucht es Überredungskünstlerinnen. Leute, die mit einer guten Einstellung an die Sache gehen und Sättig, die einen motivieren. Damit es läuft braucht es eine gute Verbindung untereinander. Ein Technologiepartner, der alles gibt fürs Team. Und jemand, der dir sagt, go, go, go!
Welcome back from Mürren for day 3 of the 2023 Telemark World Championships. Today we'll be bringing you all the action from the parallel sprint. So a quick recap on the format. The parallel sprint is the shortest of the FIS Telemark disciplines, and it's a pure knockout competition. So the ladies will go down the qualification, and that will give them a seeding at the start of the day, and they'll then be paired fastest with the weakest skier and so on, and throughout the afternoon they'll be knocked out. So it's a very different discipline. It's the newest of the FIS Telemark disciplines here in the World Cup and the World Championships. Probably one of the most exciting side-by-side racing. Really exciting course here. You'll see the racers really fighting the whole way down. At the bottom, they'll come together into the 360, where a lot of the bigger fights happen, and into the skating section, where, as I mentioned before, they'll have to go a certain route depending on how many penalties they pick up. And a little bit different to the sprint and the classic. Only a maximum of 2 penalty seconds can be gained on the jump. 1 for not making the line, 1 for not landing in the telemark position. So very different to the sprint and the classic, where you can pick up 4 penalties on the jump. Of course, the racers can still pick up penalty seconds by not going in the correct telemark position. Back onto the men now on your screen. On the right of your screen, Trym Loken from Norway and Sam Garber from the USA in the blue course. Trym Loken, yesterday's winner in the sprint, the parallel Crystal Globe winner from the World Cup, a very accomplished skier indeed. No doubt looking to take the championship today. Good start for Trym Loken, just edging out ahead in the red course. Good jump from Loken, looking very composed. Sam Garber of the USA just a couple of gates behind. Trym Loken taking clear ground into the 360. Good view of the skating section there. Trym Loken just picking up a 1 second penalty.
der das Duell gewinnt und im Achtelfinale ist gegen den Sam Garber.
And both racers in the finish now. So the racing should get tighter and tighter as the afternoon wears on. Next up, Théo Silon from France and Romain Benet from Switzerland. Théo Silon in the blue course, Benet from Switzerland in the red. Two very, very closely matched racers indeed. We saw Théo just having a few issues in one of the gates after the jump, and Romain Benet extending his lead. Benet picking up 1 second, Théo Silon picking up 3, and it goes to Romain Benet of Switzerland. Rather unfortunate. Next up, though, in the blue course, Emil Bay from Norway and Ele Nabo in the red course for France. And Ele Nabo, the winner of the Classic, taking a firm lead over the Norwegian. And Nabo takes the top spot there, just ahead of the young Norwegian. Next up, Alexis Page from France in the red course, and from Canada, Michael Dresseru from Canada. Alexis Page took the junior title for the Classic on the first day. Had some success yesterday as well.
Yes, attention.
Both races now on course and fairly even at the jump. Oh, Michael Dresseru kind of just having some issues skiing into the blue course there. Alexis Page managed to dodge him, just taking a quick glance back. Alexis Page, the bronze medalist from yesterday in the championship sprint, powering to glory and through to the next round. Fun little ski swivel at the end, breaking the beam. Just seeing the replay here. Michael falling slightly inside, having difficulty. Next up in the blue course from Japan, Kohei Ohashi. And in the red course from Switzerland, the great Nicolas Michel. Nicolas Michel took the silver medal yesterday in the sprint. The sprint championships, taking a lot of confidence into today, no doubt. Looking for a second medal.
Attention.
Both skiers out to start. Nicolas Michel taking a slight lead at the jump. Nicolas Michel now extending his lead. Ohashi having a few issues lower down in the course.
Japan gegen Schweiz. Und zwar Michel
And
Nicolas
Nicolas Michel
gegen Kohei
maintaining a
Iwashi.
good lead here.
Von Michel Nicolas.
And Nicolas Michel through to the next round. Nicolas Michel took the bronze medal previous World Championships, I should add, so very accomplished racer. Next up, though, in the blue course, Maxime Mossa from Switzerland. And in the blue course, Thomas Alovius. Again, two fairly well-matched skiers here. Thomas Alovius from Germany, Maxime Mossa from Switzerland. Both getting ahead in the game. As mentioned, this is the only Telemark discipline where races are going side by side, so there's a bit more psychology that comes into it.
Blue course ready. Yes. Attention. Auf geht's los.
Thomas Alovius taking a bit more air at the jump, just on the heels of Maxime Mossa taking a half a gate lead. Both skiers coming into the 360. Mossa taking a slight lead here. Again, it could come down to seconds, penalty seconds. Maxime Mossa from Switzerland just crossing the line ahead of Thomas Alovius. Great replay here of Maxime Mossa just taking slightly less air over the jump. For those of you who watched the race yesterday, you'll notice the jump line which the skiers must reach slightly higher up today, so we don't expect the jumps to be quite as big.
Blue course ready. Yes.
Next up, though, in the blue course from Germany, Max Suter. Red course, Zéan Pocu from France. Both racers fairly level after the jump. Can't say they're faultless runs just yet. Both racers having a few difficulties. Very close into 360. But Zéan Pocu comes out first. And Max Suter just picking up a penalty point there. Penalty second. Puts the Frenchman Zéan Pocu through to the next round. Big jump there from Max Suter.
Als next im Duell
Next up in the blue course, Noé Clay from France, and in the red course, Colin Dixon from Great Britain.
Blue course ready. Yes. Attention.
Both racers out the start gate. Fairly level in the early stages of this race. But Noé Clay just carrying a little bit more speed. Colin Dixon, Dixonator having a few issues off the jump with his line. And Noé Clay from France extending the lead. Lovely aerial shot there of 360. Noé Clay just cruising over the line. You must remember there's a number of rounds before we get to the finals, so these racers need to try and preserve a little bit of energy for the latter rounds. But Noé Clay through to the next round. You can see in Mürren today, slightly more overcast, not particularly chilly today. So it'll be interesting to see how the snow holds up. But next up on the blue course from from Italy, Rafael Masnet. And on the red course from Sweden, Alvin Nokesson. Really close race here. They are head and head going into 360. It looks like, oh, Rafael having a crash in the 360, spinning round. The Swede just stopping in front of him, managing to carry something over. Very unlucky for the Italian. And that puts Alvin Nokesson, Alvin Balvin, as is known as, through to the next round. Very unlucky for the Italian. Not quite be able to control the speed, just getting spun round. There we have it. Very lucky the Swedish managed to stop. Alvin managed to stop rather than cruising into him. That would have been a horrible hit. Next up though, Christoph Frank from Germany in the red course. And Johan Rostelan from France in the blue course. Oh, and the Frenchman's over. Rostelan is over, giving Christoph Frank a clear lead. He'll be looking up now. You see the coach just telling him to just relax, take it easy, preserve what energy you can. Very unlucky for Rostelan of France, but that puts Chris Frank through to the next round. Being one of the most exciting of the FIS Telemark disciplines, the parallel sprint sometimes churns out some unusual results. But next up, Gato Björkura from Switzerland, red course, and Jacob Alvberg from Norway in the blue course. I'd say two fairly well matched races here. But Gato Björkura on fire today. Look at him, just exerting a very slight lead over Norwegian. Gaito just taking the edge over the Norwegian. It's going to be very tight. There's going to be a fight to the line. Difficult to see from this camera angle. Looked like Gaito also missing a pole. I wouldn't like to call that from the video footage received. It looked like a small celebration from Gaito with just one pole. Very impressive from both of them. Again, it may come down to a jury decision there or a photo finish to declare the winner. Looks like some confusion at the finish. Coming on the course now, Kishua Nada from Japan. Supposed to be racing Bastien Dayer. Not sure where Bastien is. Perhaps he had a little tumble higher up the course or didn't start. Kishua Nada looking around for Bastien. In the finish there, Kishua Nada and Colin Dixon just comparing notes. And there is Bastien Dayer. Let's hope he's okay. Clearly had a crash. Well, something's gone wrong higher up the course. Bastien, the Swiss veteran, one of the most experienced racers on the hill, took the silver medal in the Classic on day one. Unfortunately, crashed out of the, well, not crashed out, but had issues on the first run of the sprint. Didn't make it to the second run. Very unlucky from Bastien Dayer. But good to see him back on his feet. Jeffrey Gay from USA, now on your screen. He'll be taking on the Austrian Maximilian Welcher. Should point out Jeffrey Gay has some fine credentials behind him, taking the Junior World Championship Giant Slalom in 2009, when Giant Slalom was still a discipline. Showing his age there. Both races out the blocks and level at the jump. Jeffrey Gage getting a little bit wide after the jump, but still in the course, very much still in contention today. But the Austrian taking the first place into the 360 and carrying plenty of speed coming out. Jeffrey Gay has his work cut out. It looks like the Austrian Maximilian Welcher through to the next round. Replay here of a jump. Both racers just getting a little wide on the gates after the jump. Control their speed. Next up though, Tim Goff from Great Britain in the blue course and Alexis Mossa from Switzerland in the red course. Wow, these guys are fast and furious. Alexis Mossa. Oh, Tim Goff down. Alexis Mossa safely into the 360. Coach again. Rudy Weber just telling him to calm down a little bit. Take it easy across the line. Tim Goff back on his feet. Very unfortunate. Just see on the replay here, Tim Goff just getting caught up, twisted, falling inside. Next up, Leonard Müller from Germany on the blue course and Melvin Ray of France on the red course. Should be another very tightly contested race. Leonard Müller, somewhat more experienced racer, but Melvin Gay, one of the exciting young French hopefuls, taking a very slight lead over the German veteran. Leonard Müller, though, coming up the lower part of the 360, just taking his lead. Very strategic move from Leonard Müller. It looks like Melvin Ray has given up. Wow, what a race. Leonard Müller going in second in the 360, coming out first, taking the lower course here. Just take a look at this. Low to high, Leonard Müller just pushing the Frenchman up. Next up, Ole Kullberg in the red course for Sweden and Koshi Heroes from Japan, the blue course. And a good lead for the experienced Swede, Ole Kullberg. Skiing so well at these World Championships. Ole Kullberg actually qualified in second spot
Das Duell geht ganz klar
after a phenomenal
zugunsten von
performance charging the qualification. And there it is, Ole Kullberg,
Rose.
the Swedish Viking, through to the next round. Lovely shots here, Ole Kullberg through to the quarterfinals.
Grosse Träume brauchen ein bisschen Support.
Es braucht gute Serviceleute, Vorbilder und einen Fanclub. Aber es braucht auch kein Rezept, um Tüpfelscheisser und die entscheidenden Hundertstel rauszufahren. Manchmal braucht es Überredungskünstlerinnen. Leute, die mit einer guten Einstellung an die Sache gehen und Sättig, die einen motivieren.
Damit es läuft und läuft, braucht es eine gute Verbindung untereinander. Ein Technologiepartner, der alles gibt fürs Team.
Und jemand, der dir sagt, go, go, go!
And welcome back for the 2023 Telemark World Championship Parallel Sprint. This morning we got the heats underway after the qualification run, and we'll be getting the quarterfinals underway in just a moment. We see the skiers going back up to the top on a skidoo. It's a rather quick turnaround, so these guys and girls don't have long to prepare before their next run. Very taxing physically doing this number of runs in one day, but equally the mental game is so important. Just on your screen now, getting ready to go, Amelie Wenger-Remmel in the red course for Switzerland, and Katrin Reichmann for Germany getting ready in the blue course. Amelie Wenger-Remmel, probably the most successful racer here in Switzerland, if not in the world. Amelie Wenger-Remmel took the win just yesterday in the sprint, took the silver medal in the classic, just behind teammate Martina Weiss. Looking for a top spot here today. Well, just awaiting the starters' orders now. We'll be getting the quarterfinals underway in just a moment. The jury at the bottom, on the left, Ken Gay, our technical delegate all the way from USA, and Joint Chief of Race, Stefan Scher, on the right, local Swiss. And the course team doing a brilliant job, just trying to keep the 360 nice and fast and safe for the racers, just clearing a lot of the loose stuff out the way. As you can see, things are starting to warm up now with a lot of the course team in t-shirts now, short sleeve tops, enjoying some of the warmer weather. Of course, great for the team, but for the athletes, this warm weather naturally brings slightly softer snow, which makes it rather challenging for the athletes, especially if you come out of a racing line, getting into the soft stuff. Soft snow have a huge effect on your time. It also makes it difficult for preparing the skis as well. The skiers will be using a certain type of wax for the warmer snow conditions, so waxing is so important. So just heard over the radio now the short delay whilst they fix a small issue with the timing, but we should be back up and running shortly. Good view of the finish there. You see the grey clouds rolling in, so we actually moved the race today, the sprint, which was due to be on Saturday, I believe. Moved it to today as the weather tomorrow is not looking too good, so a rest day for the athletes tomorrow. And then on Saturday, we'll be hosting the team parallel sprint. Of course, it's anyone's game today, though. It's the battle for the sprint, parallel sprint champion. And Amelie Wenger-Reymond took the title 2 years ago at the World Championships in Melchevie-Fruth, also in Switzerland. Beatrice Zimmermann took the silver, and Joanna Holzmann from Germany took the third spot. And Joanna Holzmann, interesting racer, now crossed over into ski cross, so not with us here today in Mürren, but doing some great things on the Ski Cross World Cup. And amongst the men, Trym Loken from Norway, the reigning parallel sprint champion, racing here today. Bastian Dyer took the silver, fortunately having a bit of a crash or some issues in the last run, putting him out. And Nicolas Michel from Switzerland taking the third spot in the parallel sprint. 2 years ago, rather. Katrin Reichmann from Germany on your screen now. Never nice being held in the start gate. You're ready to go. And the start-stop comes over the radio. It's never a pleasant feeling. Thankfully, though, it's just a timing issue rather than a teammate or a fellow competitor who may have crashed out in the course. Still slightly unnerving when you're ready to go. Great to see some support in the finish area there. Plenty of locals out supporting the local Martina Weiss, who had a brilliant run in the Classic on the first day, picking up the gold medal. Took a silver yesterday. Let's see if she can do the triple. Back to Amelie Reymond, though. Amelie Wenger-Reymond now, I should say, who is currently in the start gate. One of the greatest of all time. One of the most successful FIS athletes out there. Took the 3 golds at the previous championships back in 2021. Very, very successful Fizz Telemark racer indeed. On the screen there, you get a good view of the finish area. You see on the right-hand side of the screen there are some yellow gates where the skiers pick up penalty seconds and have to go through those. Just on your screen, wandering towards the camera, Peter Weiss, our chief of race here in Mürren. Also the father of Martina Weiss, one of the racers taking the top spot in the Classic and the silver yesterday. Well, if you've just joined us, apologies for the delay. We're experiencing a small timing issue, but no doubt things will be getting underway very soon. If there's any positives to come about from it, the athletes will be getting a bit of a rest before we get into the quarterfinals. Very warm weather in Mürren today, around 5-6 degrees in the finish area, making the snow conditions rather challenging for the athletes. This morning we saw the course team salting the course, trying to firm up the snow a little bit. No easy task. Looks like a good helping of grappa or schnapps. Keep the team well oiled throughout the afternoon. All very important. Very strong pink buckets hat on that chap there.
Dann kann ich die Achtelfinalpaarungen in der Zwischenzeit bekannt geben. Und zwar
Great support from the team.
Alvin Noaxon, kommt
who are working on the 360.
Christoph.
Jumping into the camera shot. Big chap there running up.
Mit dem Anada Kischu.
Peter Weiss.
Der Walcher Maximilian kommt zu über mit dem Alexi Mosse.
What an absolute
der
gent.
Leonard fährt gegen Kohlenberg Ole. Der kommt zu über mit dem Romain Böne. Der Eli Nabut fährt gegen Asch Alexis. Der Michel Nicolas.
Well, a good view there over the finish area. You see the backdrop once skiers cross the line. As mentioned, the racing should get faster and faster, more competitive as the afternoon goes on.
Ich habe gewunken, weißt du, sie müssen zurückwinken. Das Fernsehen alles. Und die Leute dominieren. Etwas anderes.
In den Damen ebenfalls in den Achtelfinals, wie schon erwähnt, Amelie Wenger, Remo gegen Reichmann Katrin, Jasmin Taylor kommst du über mit der Ella Strom Eriksen, Corinne Strom Eriksen fährt gegen Emma Araldsson, Maëlie Vernet, sie kommst du über mit der Lali Schoschepra. Bea Zimmermann fährt gegen Anne-Kathrin Kessler. Kaya Husvik, sie fährt gegen Augustine Gachlier. Und Berge Maria Heikheim, sie fährt gegen Kaya Jönstedt. Und noch die letzte Paarung von der Damen sieht so aus, dass Camille Bourbon gegen Martina Wiesbart.
Wie lange kannst du das?
Demnächst geht's weiter. Die Teilungen für der Seite, wer wo fährt, gemacht sind.
Annette, habt ihr schon ein Update gekriegt vom neuen Baum?
Viertelfinale.
Ja, sicher, ja.
Der Herrengrün.
Das ist doch gut. Der ist schon näher wieder rüber,
Ja?
Super.
Ja.
Das ist gut.
Habe ich nur ein bisschen bewegen.
Ja, das ist gut.
Jetzt machen wir aber lange Werbungsbetrachtung.
Ich darf aber gar nicht.
Okay, Timing ist ready, scheint. Dann kann es etwa wieder weitergehen.
And gate judges back on their feet. It sounds like the timing is now ready to go. Just a moment, we'll see Amelie Wenger-Remmel from Switzerland and Katharina Leichmann from Germany. There we have it, back on your screen. Katharina Leichmann trying to get psyched up again and ready to go. And these two ladies will be fighting for a spot in the semi-final here at the 2023 FIS Telemark World Championships. This will likely be a tough race for Katrin Reichmann from Germany, coming up against the reigning parallel sprint champion. Big question is, can Amelie Wenger-Remmel hold on to the title as parallel sprint champion today? Or could we see someone else come into the podium? If I was a betting man, I'd say Martina Weiss, the local favourite, to have a good chance here today. Equally, Jasmine Taylor is on form. Well, both racers getting into the starting position now.
Ready? Yeah. Attention.
Auf geht's!
Oh, looks like an issue with the start there. We saw the start marshal hitting the red button in the middle. But what a pain for Amelie Wenger-Remmel. Looks like they haven't quite resolved the issues they were working on just now. We just see him hitting the red button and nothing happening. Rather unfortunate. Kathrin Reichmann looking on. Thankfully, Amelie Wenger-Raymond didn't go too far down. Just see coach there, Simone, getting her back up. Course team preparing the start again. This could be rather problematic if they can't get the gates to open at the same time. Start the timing. Second time lucky though. Kathrin Reichmann getting ready to go. Well, let's hope that red button works this time. As we saw before, the gates didn't quite open at the right time.
Yes.
Racers now waiting the starters' orders. And second time lucky. Both racers now on course. Kathrin Reichmann from Germany in the blue course. Amelie Wenger-Raymond, the Swiss champion in the red course. Oh, Amelie just taking it wide off the jump, but maintaining a lead over Kathrin Reichmann. Going into the 360.
Viertelfinal. Amelie Wenger-Raymond gegen Kathrin Reichmann.
Amelie Wenger-Raymond maintaining lead over Kathrin Reichmann. Just picking up some penalty seconds there.
Siegerin ist somit qualifiziert
and
Viertelfinal.
Wenger-Raymond through to the finish. Through to the next round, through to the quarterfinals. Next up, Jasmine Taylor from Great Britain in the blue course, and Ella Strom Eriksson from Norway in the red course. Jasmine Taylor, the British veteran, taking on the young Norwegian. Ella Strom Eriksson just putting a cheeky alpine turn in there. Possibly a little bit wobbly off the jump. Jasmine Taylor first into the 360. Ella Strom Eriksson chasing hard. Jasmine Taylor showing her dominance here. Through to the finish and on to the next round. Ella Strom Eriksson there. Great to see the replay here. Looking fairly level this stage in the race. Next up, Goril Strom Eriksson from Norway in the blue course. In the red course, also from Norway, Emma Adelsten. Apologies, the other way around. Goril in the red course. Goril Strom Eriksson had some success earlier in the week. Oh. And some issues here today. Flags flying. Two Norwegians fighting hard though. And it looks like Goril Strom Eriksson just behind Emma Adelsten. There we go. What a race for the two Norwegians. Emma Adelsten just taking the top spot there.
Nochmal.
There we see Gorilla just going over there, catching her arm inside that yellow gate. Hope she's okay. Horrible. Going at that sort of speed. Gorilla took the bronze medal in the sprint just yesterday. One of the leading girls on the Norwegian team. But today, not her day. Next up, the two French on the blue course from France, Lale Chachapra, and on the red course, Mae Vane, also from France.
Attention.
Both racers ready to go. And straight out the gate. Lale Chachapra just very slightly ahead. Very close racing from the two French ladies.
Die beiden Fahrerinnen.
Lale first in, first out of a 360. Just ahead of Vernay. Oh, it's going to be a fight to the finish, but it looks like it's going to go to Lale Chachapra. Chachapra, rather.
Blue course ready. Attention.
Well, next up, Beatrice Zimmermann from Switzerland in the red course. And Katharina Kessler from Germany in the red course. In the blue course, correction. Beatrice Zimmermann show her experience here, just one gate ahead of Kessler. Just knocking a bit of speed off going into the 360. Beatrice Zimmermann, one of the most experienced racers here. She's taken the silver, she's taken the bronze at the World Championships. Never gone gold though. Could this be her day? And Beatrice Zimmermann through to the next round, just pipping Kessler to the line. Commendable effort though from Kessler, fighting the whole way down. Next up from France in the blue course, Augustine Calliez taking on the young Norwegian Kaja Hasvik in the red course. Now this should be a good race too. Very well matched racers. Norwegian taking the lead though, and Augustine getting a little bit wild and wide after the jump. Kaja Hasvik from Norway, first in, first out of a 360. Again, this could come down to the penalties. Yes, it does. Augustine just picking up one penalty second, leaving the way for the Norwegian Kaja take the lead through to the next round. Your screen now, Maria Berg from Norway in the blue course. In the red course, sorry, Kaja Bogstad, also from Norway in the blue course. Maria Berg took the top spot in the Junior World Championship Classic on day one. But Kaja Bogstad, I was going to say showing her dominance, but they really are level and level. Oh, interesting move there. Maria Berg trying to take the inside line, but Kaja Bogstad just carrying so much speed, unstoppable. And Kaja Bogstad over the line, through to the quarterfinals.
Berge Maria Hegheim ist die Siegerin von
On your screen now, Kaja, very successful junior, taking 4 golds, 2 silvers in the Junior World Championships over the years. One of the leading lights on the Norwegian team. So far, the Norwegians have a very strong team through to the quarterfinals with Emma Adelston, both Kaja's through. Equally the Swiss with Amelie Wenger-Remont, Beatrice Zimmermann.
Jetzt haben wir noch ein Duell von dem Achtelfinale von der Damen offen. Das ist
A little bit of waiting in the finish area, perhaps. A jury decision being made. Difficult to see whether it looks fair from the video. On your screen now, one of the cool kids, Sissy Compton from Great Britain. Next up, though, we should see our final pairing. Good to see Bastien Dyer there, the Swiss veteran, after his crash.
Ja, we gaan eens anders proberen.
Well, Camille Bonbon from France in the red course, in the blue course, sorry. Martina Weiss from Switzerland in the red course. Ready for a spot in the quarterfinals. And Martina Weiss looking very comfortable here. Just one gate ahead at most. Martina took the gold medal in the Classic on day one. She took the silver just yesterday in the sprint. Can she make it 3 medals in 3 days? Quite possibly. Oh, and Martina Weiss just stopping short of a line. Not quite sure what went wrong there. Perhaps she didn't go through the right penalty gap. But it looks like Camille Bonbon through to the next round. Very unfortunate for Martina Weiss. Difficult to see exactly what happened there. Perhaps in this replay, we'll see. Maybe she went the wrong way around the gate. And there we have confirmation, just had the wrong gate, unfortunately, in the skate, putting her out of contention for the championship. There she is on your screen, clearly very frustrated after a mistake like that here at the World Championships. No doubt the young French Camille Bourbon will be delighted to make a spot in the quarterfinals. It's not going to be easy coming up against Kaja Bukstad from Norway. Also great to see Argeline Tambouke there with her back to us, who had a horrible crash yesterday in the sprint. Good to see her back on her feet. Well, straight back onto the men's race. And from Switzerland, we'll see Roman Bene in the blue course. And Trym Loken from Norway in the red course. Trym Loken, who took the championship gold medal in the sprint yesterday. Took the bronze in the classic on day one. Trym Loken, a parallel sprint expert, taking the overall Crystal Globe in the World Cup just last week. He's also the reigning parallel sprint world champion following his success in 2021 in Melchevie-Fruit. Be a fine performance today if he can take the World Championship title and the World Cup title. Tough competition though from Roman Bene. Bene took the 4th spot at the previous World Championships here in the parallel, so a real fighter, just missing out in the medals. Probably looking to make amends today. Tough competition though from Trym Loken.
Yep. Attention.
And both racers out the gate. On course, Trym Loken from Norway in the red course. Roman Bene from Switzerland in the blue course. Oh, and Roman Bene over, almost taking out Trym Loken. Having a quick glance back. Trym Loken cruising into the 360. And he'll take a spot in the quarter-final. Let's hope Roman Bene is okay. Can't quite see what happened in the fall up there. Being such a narrow course though, it almost took out Trym Loken. Here we see the replay coming over the jump. Looking slightly off balance there, and there we have it, just falling inside. Ski off. Good to see Roman Bene back on his feet at the bottom, giving way to Trym Loken. Next up though, 2 Frenchmen, Elie Nabo from France in the blue course, Alexis Page in the red course. Alexis Page took the bronze medal in yesterday's sprint. Elie Nabo took the gold in the classic on day one. Big jump from Alexis Page, and carrying that speed into the lower section of the course. Oh, it's tight going into 360. Elie Nabo just ahead of the youngster, Alexi Page. Both men fighting towards finish. Oh, Alexi Page over, just catching the tip of his ski. Eli Nabo through to the quarterfinals. That really was a fight to the finish. What a shame for Alexi Page. Two quite different jumps here. Eli Nabo going quite low and straight. And Alexi Page, much bigger jump there. Next up though, Nicolas Michel from Switzerland in the red course. And Maxime Mosset also from Switzerland in the blue course. Nicolas Michel taking a lead after the jump. Not a big lead though, going into the 360. Both skiers putting in a quick speed check, just dropping a little bit of speed. And Nicolas Michel out first. And taking advantage with Maxime Mosset taking a penalty second. Good close race though for the two Swiss. Of course, Nicolas Michel taking the bronze medal 2 years ago at the previous World Championships. Let's see if he can go one better here today.
Course ready? Yes. Attention.
Next up, two more Swiss. In the red course, two more French. Red course, Noé Clay. And in the blue course, Zéon Percu. Nice jumps from the French. Looking very composed. Noé Clay, though, just edging ahead. Noé Clay, just showing his experience there. Carrying a bit more speed through that skate. Good to see the racers coming together at the end. Quite a quick turnaround for these racers. Taking off their blue and red bibs. Heading straight up to the start. Ready for the quarterfinals. Good to see Martina Weiss, or Sissy Compton rather, on the screen there. Having a bit of a trot around.
Yep. Attention.
Next up though, fighting for a space in the quarterfinal, Chris Frank from Germany in the red course, Alvin Nuxon from Sweden in the blue course. Chris Frank taking a very small air. It looks like it's paid off for him. Just ahead of the Swede. Christoph Frank, also known as the Frankinator. Just showing his dominance here. Such a strong skater, not leaving anything to chance. And taking a spot in the quarterfinal over the young Swede, Alvin Balvin. Another great battle, head-to-head battle here in the Parallel Sprint Championships. But back to the start. On the blue course, Kishu Arnada, one of the most exciting, prominent Japanese racers, who will be taking on Jakob Alfberg from Norway. Kishu Arnada in the blue course, really fantastic ski jumper. On the first day, went so far, almost landed in the first gate after the jump. Didn't quite work in his favour on that occasion. But very exciting Telemark races to watch. And Jakob Alfberg, equally a fine racer as well, from a youthful Norwegian team.
Attention!
And both racers out the gate. Jakob Alfberg possibly getting a slightly better start over Kishu Arnada from Japan, but both racers level and level as they go into the 360. It's going to be tight. Kishu Arnada just getting pushed up by the Norwegian, coming out second in the 360. It's going to go to the line, but it looks like Jakob Alfberg just taking the top spot there over Kishu Arnada. What a race. The Norwegian so strong in his skate, even though he did take the penalty seconds, managed to make up the time.
Yeah. Blue course ready? Yes! Attention!
Next up, Alexi Mossa from Switzerland in the blue course. Maximilian Wulscher from Austria in the red course.
Hey! Hey! Hey!
And the Swiss first in, first out of the 360. Alexi Mossa pushing to the finish. Another very close race, but it goes to the Swiss. Alexi Mossa through to the quarter-final. We see the mistake there from the Austrian. Just going wide on the red gate. Very unlucky mistake there, but managed to hold on all the way to the finish. Next up, though, Ole Kullberg from Sweden in the red course, and Leonhard Müller from Germany in the blue course. What an exciting race here. Ole Kullberg just maintaining the slightest of lead here over Müller. Could well come down to penalties. And it looks like Leonhard Müller just taking the one, giving Ole Kullberg the lead and through to the quarterfinals in the last of the men's heats. Great slow motion there with Ole Kullberg, the powerful Swedish Viking.
Grosse Träume brauchen ein bisschen Support.
Es braucht gute Serviceleute, Vorbilder und einen Fanclub. Aber es braucht auch kein Rezept. Und Tüpfelscheisser, um die entscheidenden Hundertstel rauszufahren. Manchmal braucht es Überredungskünstlerinnen. Leute, die mit einer guten Einstellung an die Sache gehen und Sättig, die einen motivieren.
Damit es läuft braucht es eine gute Verbindung untereinander. Ein Technologiepartner, der alles gibt fürs Team.
Und jemand, der dir sagt, go, go, go!
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back from Mürren for the quarterfinals of the 2023 Telemark World Championship Parallel Sprint. We saw some cracking action this morning with no shortage of thrills and spills in both the ladies and the men's race. But through to the quarterfinals, we'll be kicking off with the ladies. And Amelie Wenger-Raymond, the current reigning world champion in the parallel sprint discipline, will be taking on Great Britain's Jasmine Taylor. Jasmine Taylor from Great Britain, one of the top skiers here in Mürren, supported by her father Mark. And back home, Karen, Roz, Grandma Whitehouse, no doubt be cheering her on every way of this journey. Well, just whilst we get the athletes to the top of the course, you've got a beautiful view overlooking the Eiger right there. Beautiful area here in Mürren. Very traditional town. And there's Amelie Wenger-Raymond having a little yawn at the top, getting pumped up, ready to go. Wenger-Raymond, the reigning world champion in the parallel sprint discipline, just getting ready to race. Amelie, the most successful FIS athlete of all time, taking the top number of podiums and victories. Big old yawn at the top. Possibly a late night last night. And there she is, Jasmine Taylor, proudly wearing her Destroy It on her helmet. Her top sponsors fighting for Great Britain. Coming forward into the starting position, awaiting the starters' orders. It's going to be a good race. Jasmine Taylor from Great Britain in the red course, Amelie Wenger-Raymond from Switzerland in the blue course. Oh! And a full start there. We saw the Swiss coach there, Simon Aurelé, just holding Amelie from the start there. Jasmine Taylor just pushing out. Very unfortunate start there, rather off-putting as well for the athletes. When a mistake like that happens, a lot of energy coiled up inside. Looks like the team just testing the start gates now. Get those locked in. Good test run there. Opened cleanly that time round. Let's see if they can make it happen on the race. Once again, a challenging time for the two racers. Just trying to get the gates to work. It looked faultless to me that time. And again. Well, hopefully that's the last of our problems with the start gate. These things, of course, do happen. Both racers now in the start, awaiting starters' orders. Just stepping back a bit. Not quite there, quite ready just yet. Well, both races being ushered up to the start again now.
Attention.
Hopefully a slightly more successful start. And both racers out of the start. Amelie Remor, Wenger Remor from Switzerland on the blue course. Jasmine Taylor from Great Britain on the red course. It's going to be tight. Both racers neck and neck. Jasmine Taylor from Great Britain inching out over the Swiss veteran. It's going to be tight. Oh! Amelie Wenger Remor almost sitting down into the 360. Jasmine Taylor taking the lead here. Jasmine Taylor for Great Britain. Has she got enough? Can she take it to the line? It's going to be very close. Yes, she has. Jasmine Taylor from Great Britain through to the next round. Wow. What an incredible run. Neck and neck going into the 360 as we see in the replay here. Amelie Wenger Remor just sitting down, almost getting spun around, falling in the 360. Jasmine Taylor, the triumphant, through to the semi-finals. Huge run from Jasmine Taylor, beating the reigning world champion for the parallel sprint. Fine performance there. Next up though from France in the blue course, Lalle Schöchepro and Emma Adelston from Norway in the red course. Both races away. Should be another very well-matched pair here today. I don't want to be calling the shots just yet. Both races neck and neck. Still neck and neck. Lalle Schöchepro just getting a pole caught. Emma Adelston from Norway taking the lead down the final corridor. And it goes to Norway. Emma Adelston just a fraction ahead of Lalle Schöchepro. We see Schöchepro just getting slightly caught up over her skis, managing to recover. Well, a fine result for the young Norwegian. Next up, Beatrice Zimmermann from Switzerland in the red course. Kaja Hasvik from Norway. Apologies. Augustine Calliez from France in the blue course. Beatrice Zimmermann, Swiss veteran, showing her dominance here. Taking a fine lead over the young French. Augustine Calliez. Beatrice Zimmermann, very experienced racer. Silver, bronze, World Championship medals. Never taken a gold medal, though, at World Champs. Great to see both racers safely over the line. We see the French Colliers just having a few issues after the jump, giving Beatrice Zimmermann the lead and the win through to the semi-finals. But now up our final pairing from France in the blue course, Camille Bonbon taking on Kaja Bogstad from Norway in the red course. Kaja just edging out ahead as Camille Bonbon getting a little bit wide in the softer snow. The Norwegian in and out of a 360 first. Not picking up any penalties. And through to the finish, Kaja Bogstad from Norway through to the semi-finals after a huge performance from both athletes. See the replays here. Bonbon just getting a bit caught up, getting a bit wide, coming out of a racing line. But a good recovery. And straight back to the men's race with Elie Nabo from France on the left of your screen in the blue course, and Trym Loken from Norway in your red course on the screen now. Trym Loken took the title, the championship title in the sprint just yesterday. Also has the Crystal Globe for the parallel sprint in the World Cup. Two of the finest racers here today in Mürren. This will be a good fight to the finish. Both real parallel sprint specialists. Again, I wouldn't want to be putting money on this race either. Both racers just awaiting starters' orders now.
Yeah. Course ready. Yeah. Attention.
And the first of the men's quarterfinals, fighting for a spot in the semi. Elie Nabo from France in the blue course. Trym Loken from Norway in the red course. Both pretty faultless runs so far. It's going to be tight. Oh, Trym Loken taking the lower line. Elie Nabo on top. Very, very tight indeed. Trym Loken just edging ahead of Elie Nabo. What an incredible fight. Elie Nabo just seeing Trym pushing ahead. Super performance from both athletes. Amazing pictures here in Mürren. Well, off to a quick start. Nicolas Michel from Switzerland in the blue course and Noé Clay from France in the red course. Both races level. Noé Clay edging out over Nicolas Michel of Switzerland. And Michel, a very strong skater indeed. He's going to go to the line. Who's it going to be? It looks like Noé Clay just taking a spot in the semis there. We see Noé Clay just pushing Nicolas Michel above him in the 360, taking a clean line. Noé Clay through to the semi-finals. Sorry, Nicolas Michel through to semi-finals.
Course ready.
On to our next pairing in the quarterfinals. Chris Frank from Germany in the blue course. Jacob Alfberg from Norway in the red course. Things are hotting up now. We've got to the quarterfinals. All these men are going to be fighting for a medal here today. So far, Jacob Alfberg carrying speed into the 360 ahead of Chris Frank. Chasing at his heels. Jacob Alfberg from Norway having a cracking run so far. Christoph Frank just picking up some penalty seconds. And Jacob Alfberg from Norway securing a top spot in the semi-finals. Seeing the replays there, Christoph Frank just slightly off balance, landing on the jump. All good lessons to learn. Next up, Ole Kullberg from Sweden in the red course. Maxi Mossa from Switzerland, blue course. Two well-matched racers. Ole Kullberg looking very low and sharp off the jump. Having issues after, but holding it together just about. Oh, big fight going into the 360 there. Ole Kullberg snapping a pole. Alexi Mossa through to the next round. Very unlucky from Ole Kullberg. Breaking his pole at such a crucial point in the race. Chucking his poles down. Disappointing finish for Ole Kullberg coming out of a race like that. Interesting technique over the jump. Ole Kullberg there on your screen.
Grosse Träume brauchen ein bisschen Support.
Es braucht gute Serviceleute, Vorbilder und einen Fanclub. Aber es braucht auch kein Rezept. Um Tüpfelscheisser und die entscheidenden Hundertstel rauszufahren. Manchmal braucht es Überredungskünstlerinnen. Leute, die mit einer guten Einstellung an die Sache gehen und Sättig, die einen motivieren.
Damit es läuft braucht es eine gute Verbindung untereinander. Ein Technologiepartner, der alles gibt fürs Team.
Und jemand, der dir sagt, go, go, go!
And back to the semi-finals of the Telemark World Championship Parallel Sprint. Just a moment, we'll be getting the racing underway. But wow, what a morning, afternoon we've had. Plenty of action, plenty of fights in parallel. Broken poles. It's all here in Mürren. And the medals are all up for grabs. Getting the racing back underway will be the ladies' semi-finals, and we'll see Jasmine Taylor of Great Britain taking on Emma Adelsten from Norway in the first of the semi-finals. And the second pair will see Beatrice Zimmermann from Switzerland taking on Kaja Pushstad from Norway. And that will deliver our two finalists and two small finalists. Of course, 4 ladies, 3 medals It's all to play for here. Just on your screen there, though, Bastien Dayer unfortunately had a crash in the earlier rounds, putting him out of a race. Great to see so much support in the finish area, in the spectators area. On your screen now, a number of the French who will, I'm sure, be cheering on their fellow athletes all the way to the finish in what's one of the most exciting of the Telemark disciplines, the parallel sprint. Just recapping on the quarterfinals, we saw Jasmine Taylor beating the world champion from 2 years ago, Aigeline Wenger-Reymond, taking a spot in the semis in what was a very tightly fought race. Unfortunately, Amélie Wenger-Reymond had a little sit down in the 360, just allowing Jasmine Taylor to edge out ahead and clinch a spot. Some members of the British team on your screen now. Some of the course crews snorting something. Something to keep them awake, I'm sure. Tough old job. But getting the job done and making for a wonderful course here in Mürren. And there we have confirmation on our screen of the semi-finals. Emma Alston from Norway taking on Jasmine Taylor of Great Britain, and Beatrice Zimmermann from Switzerland taking on Kaja Bukstad from Norway. So we have 2 Norwegians, 1 Brit and 1 Swiss lady battling it out. The gold, silver, bronze. Unfortunately, one of them will come away in the 4th spot, missing out the medals. But that's always the way with racing. We can't all win. On your screen now, Emma Adelston from Norway. Emma Alston, just 19 years old, taking on Jasmine Taylor, 29. Both racers out the start gate. It's going to be very, very tight indeed. Both racers level at the jump. Jasmine Taylor perhaps squeezing out ahead. Emma Alston just getting wide and low in the blue course, giving Jasmine Taylor a 1-gate lead going into 360. Jasmine Taylor taking advantage of that small lead, going towards the finish. Emma Alston picking up a couple of penalty points, giving her the longest gate, and Jasmine Taylor from Great Britain through to the finals. What a performance from the 2 ladies. See the replay there. The Norwegian just sliding in the alpine position, coming wide there in the soft snow, almost taking Jasmine Taylor out. What a performance.
Pause ready. Yeah. Attention.
Our next pair, Beatrice Zimmermann from Switzerland in the red course, Kaja Bukstad from Norway in the blue course. Beatrice Zimmermann just fractionally ahead of the young Norwegian. Kaja Bogstad trying to make up a little bit of time there, getting into the puck position, ahead of the 360. Beatrice Zimmermann though, just ahead, taking a spot in the final. Wow, what a semi-final. So we'll see Jasmine Taylor taking on Beatrice Zimmermann in the final, and the two Norwegians into the small final. A very thrilled looking Beatrice Zimmermann. But next on to the men's semi-finals. Tim Locken from Norway in the red course and Noé Clay from France in the blue course.
Yeah, blue course ready. Yes, attention.
Both races at the start gate. Tim Locken, the reigning champion in this discipline in the World Cup and the World Champs, taking a slight advantage here over Noé Clay of France. First into 360, cheeky speed check there, just to knock a little bit of speed off. Noé Clay putting up a good fight though. Tim Locken, oh, Noé Clay just getting his ski caught in one of the yellow control gates, giving Tim Locken a spot in the final. Very unfortunate for Noé Clay. We saw the tip of his ski just catching one of those low yellow gates. Big umps though from these two gentlemen. Noé Clay just getting a little bit twisted as we see Tim Locken taking the advantage. But next, our second pair for a spot in the final, Jacob Alfberg from Norway in the red course and Alexis Mossa from France in the blue course. Both races off to a good start. Alexis Mossa just taking a slightly lower flight. Oh! Coming out wide. Jacob Alfberg, unfortunately, and of course Alexis Mossa. Oh, he snapped a pole, didn't he? The Norwegian, unfortunately. I think Alexis Mossa, unless something goes terribly wrong, that is his spot in the final. Wow, what a performance from the young Swiss. Alexis Mossa in the final, alongside Tim Locken from Norway.
Grosse Träume brauchen ein bisschen Support.
Es braucht gute Serviceleute, Vorbilder und einen Fanclub. Aber es braucht auch kein Rezept. Und Tüpfelschisser, um die entscheidenden Hundertstel rauszufahren. Manchmal braucht es Überredungskünstlerinnen. Leute, die mit einer guten Einstellung an die Sache gehen und Sättig, die einen motivieren.
Damit es läuft, braucht es eine gute Verbindung untereinander. Ein Technologiepartner, der alles gibt fürs Team.
Und jemand, der dir sagt, go, go, go!
And welcome back to Mürren for what's looking to be a very exciting final and small final in the 2023 FIS Telemark World Championship Parallel Sprint. As we wait just a few minutes for the athletes to make their way back up to the top, we'll be getting the ladies' small final underway in just a moment, and we'll be battling it out for the bronze medal. Emma Adelston from Norway, Kaja Bukstad also from Norway. Just had a glimpse of the men there before jumping on the skidoo, making their way up to the top. And there we have the petit final, the small final between the two Norwegian ladies, and the final with the Swiss veteran Beatrice Zimmermann and the leading British skier Jasmine Taylor. For the time being though, warm weather here in Mürren, slightly overcast today, but temperatures 4 or 5 degrees. The snow is warming up, so I'm sure the organisers will be pleased to get these finals underway. Beautiful scenes here on the opposite side of the mountain. So you can see the cloud in the sky. Thankfully the light's not too flat, so good visibility over the slope, but it'd be nice to have a little bit of sun this afternoon, and a bit of sun hopefully on Saturday for the team parallel event.
Von der Dame. Dort ist dabei Emma Adelston gegen Kaja Björnstad.
There you see the slope of the Laberhorn race. Obviously not a huge amount of snow on it just at the moment. Things drying up quickly, and now we're into the spring skiing season. Might have to use your imagination here. But beautiful skiing on the other side of the valley, as we have here in Mürren, with over 53 kilometers apiece. But ladies and gentlemen, the small final now getting underway with two Norwegians, Emma Adelston on the red course, Kaja Bukstad on the blue course, battling out for the bronze medal. Two very accomplished ski racers right here. Huge amount of support for both ladies. Oh, Adelston possibly just ahead of Kaja Bukstad. Yes, she is. But as we know, Kaja Bukstad a very, very fast skater. Indeed, it's going to go to the line. Oh, a little bit of crossover there. Just coming up to the finish. It looked like a win for, I was going to say Emma Adelston, but hard to tell. You're seeing the replay here. Kaja Bukstad just getting stuck behind Emma Adelston. It may well be a jury decision. All the same, a fantastic result for the Norwegians, guaranteed a bronze medal, one of them. And the win goes to Emma Adelston from Norway, taking the bronze medal. Both girls delighted after that performance. but a huge, huge run. Emma Alston, just 19 years old, took the Junior World Championship bronze medal in the sprint. Huge accomplishment for a junior racer, just 19 years old, taking the bronze medal here at the World Championships. Clearly overjoyed, surrounded by her teammates. What a performance from both ladies. Lots of Norwegian support out there. Next up, though, the final of the ladies parallel sprint here at the World Championships. Jasmine Taylor and Beatrice Zimmerman battling it out for the final, the gold medal. Beatrice Zimmerman just a fraction ahead of Jasmine Taylor as they come into the lower part of the course, making their way towards the 360. Oh, and Zimmerman just ahead of Jasmine Taylor, taking a lead here. Jasmine Taylor coming up the inside. It's going to be very close indeed. Oh, Jasmine Taylor going over. Beatrice Zimmerman skiing over the line. What a fight for the 1-2. Clearly a few sharp edges or sharp elbows against one another. That was very unlucky for Jasmine Taylor. Again, I wouldn't want to be calling the shots there. It may well be appealed. It could go to the three-man jury. Seeing the replay here, Jasmine Taylor trying to get around, just getting caught on the tails of the skis of Beatrice Zimmerman going over. We see Zimmerman there just breaking the pole. And world champion goes to Beatrice Zimmerman, taking the championship in the parallel sprint. Commiserations to Jasmine Taylor. It was a well-fought battle for the gold medal. Still Jasmine Taylor taking the silver. Huge performance from both athletes. What a battle for the gold. Great to see some of the other athletes in the finish. A super performance though from Beatrice Zimmerman. I understand it's her final season racing for the Swiss team. Great to see her come away with a gold medal. And straight on to the men now with the small final. Noé Clay from France in the red course. And Jacob Alvberg from Norway in the blue course. Battling out for a bronze medal here in Mürren. Just awaiting starters' orders now before the racing gets underway. Two very accomplished racers, ready for a small final to determine the bronze medal position. Both races off to a quick start. Good jump, Noé Clay perhaps slightly ahead as Jacob Alvberg takes a slightly wide line after the jump. Good lead from Noé Clay here. Around the 360. Can he take the bronze medal here today? Jacob Alvberg from Norway racing hard. It's going to be a close race. And Noé Clay takes the bronze medal. Huge performance from the young Frenchman. Seeing the replay here. Wonderful skiing from Noe. Alfberg likes getting his hand into the snow. But back to start for the men's final of the 2023 FIS Telemark World Championship Para Sprint. Trym Loken from Norway in the red course and Alexi Mossa, Switzerland in the blue course. This is going to be quite a battle between the reigning world champion Trym Loken. Can he hold on to the title? The young Swiss Alexi Mossa. Both races off to a good start. Trym Loken very sharp from edge to edge. Oh, Alexi Mossa just getting thrown over the fronts of the skis a little bit, but almost equal. Trym Loken half a gate lead over the Swiss. Loken pushing hard, Alexi Mossa chasing. See Trym Loken just take a slightest look back, another look again. And Trym Loken taking gold medal once again at the World Championships here in Mürren. Huge performance for Trym Loken. Wow, what a race. We saw Trym taking the bronze medal in the Classic. And again here today, a gold medal, took a gold medal in the sprint. One most accomplished Norwegian racers out there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the 2023 FIS Telemark World Championship Parallel Sprint. Trym Loken on your screen now, taking the top spot. Alexi Mossa in second for Switzerland, his first World Championship medal. And Noe Clay from France taking the bronze medal position.
Grosse Träume brauchen ein bisschen Sport.
Es braucht gute Serviceleute, Vorbilder und einen Fanclub. Aber es braucht auch kein Rezept. Und Tüpfelscheiss um die entscheidenden Hundertstel rauszufahren. Manchmal braucht es Überredungskünstlerinnen. Leute, die mit einer guten Einstellung an die Sache gehen und Sättig, die einem motivieren.
Damit es läuft, braucht es eine gute Verbindung untereinander. Ein Technologiepartner, der alles gibt fürs Team.
Und der, der dir sagt, go, go, go!
And what scenes from here in Mürren following the conclusion of the parallel sprint final. Trym Loken from Norway there, lying in the snow, catching his breath after a huge performance to take the win. A Swissman, Alexi Mossa. Really was a fight to the very end in the men's contest. Massive performance from Alexi Mossa, who had previously taken a World Cup silver medal in the sprint last year here in Mürren, but never taken any World Championship medals at all. Finished 11th in the World Cup standings in the overall, so coming away today with a silver medal is a huge, huge achievement. Equally massive run, Noe Clay, another fantastic performer today, just missing out to a space in the final, take the bronze medal. And Jacob Alfberg from Norway, just missing out in a small final to a medal position. Still very commendable 4th position today. And in the ladies' race, we saw Emma Adelston just clinching the bronze medal over fellow Norwegian Kapukstead. And in the final, the race between Jasmine Taylor of Great Britain and Beatrice Zimmermann of Switzerland, we saw the Swiss just pipping Jasmine Taylor to the finish, taking the top spot. Really exciting finish for Beatrice Zimmermann, especially given this is her last season racing for the Swiss team. I know Zimmermann will be delighted with that finish. Never taken the gold until now at the World Championship, so she now completes her set, gold, silver and bronze World Championship medals. A lovely way to finish her career on a high. Of course, Telemark racing wouldn't be without the odd hiccup, such as the start gates not opening, just as you see on your screen there. All adds to the fun and excitement. So there we go. Still a wonderful show the Hill team, race team here at Mürren, put on for us over the last 3 days, and we look forward to the team parallel taking place on Saturday, a rest day tomorrow for the fleets. In just a few moments' time, we'll be getting the flower ceremony underway. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes today's racing. Getting the flower ceremony underway now. Emma Addleston from Norway taking the bronze medal position. Jasmine Taylor on your screen now from Great Britain taking the silver. Huge performance. And today's world champion in the parallel sprint discipline for Switzerland, Beatrice Zimmermann. Helmet off, medal on. Huge performance from the Swiss. Very well fought battle from the start.
With the pictures from the Ladies World Championships, Telemark Parallel.
Many congratulations to Beatrice Zimmermann. Rather teary looking Jasmine Taylor there, unfortunately just getting pipped to the line. Getting the seas a little bit caught up. See the young Norwegian Emma Addleston on the right take bronze. What a race from these three ladies today. Huge performance, especially from the young Norwegian, just 19 years old, Addleston. She'll remember this moment for a very long time to come. I have to say a huge round of applause to the organisers as well, pulling a flower ceremony like this together so quickly after last race. Real achievement in itself, but on to the men. In third place from France, Noé Clay. Noé Clay, one of the most exciting French races on the circuit.
Second place from Switzerland, Alexis Mosse.
In second place from Switzerland, Alexis Mosse. Alexis Mosse adding his silver World Championship medal to his silver World Cup medal, which he took this time last year here in Mürren for the sprint.
The winner and world champion of parallel Telemark World Championships, Tim Nigar-Lecken.
And the world champion, once again reigning world champion in the parallel sprint, Tim Locken from Norway. 29 years old. Another world championship medal to add to the collection. Been quite a season for this young man. He took the Crystal Globe for the overall World Cup standing in the parallel sprint, and now world champion once again. Huge performance from Tim Locken, especially coming back from injury. He'll be absolutely delighted with that performance.
Official prize giving 6:30 tonight at the Sports Center.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up day 3 of racing. We'll be back on Saturday after a rest day tomorrow, back with the team parallel sprint. So please join us once again. Well, that's all for today. Thank you and goodbye.
Grosse Träume brauchen ein bisschen Hort.
Es braucht gute Serviceleute, Vorbilder und Fanclub. Aber es braucht auch kein Rezept. Und die Tüpfelscheißer die entscheidenden Hundertstel rauszufahren. Manchmal braucht es Überredungskünstlerinnen. Leute, die mit einer guten Einstellung nachgehen und Sättig, die einen motivieren.
Damit es läuft braucht es eine gute Verbindung untereinander. Ein Technologiepartner, der alles gibt fürs Team.
Und jemand, der dir sagt, go, go, go!